Greetings, Earth enthusiasts. If you ever wondered about the incredible perspectives our planet has to offer from high above, you're in the right place. I am Dr. Clive Coetzee, and I'm thrilled to be your guide on this captivating journey into the world of remote sensing. Welcome. And please remember to like, subscribe to, and share this video. Thank you. Following from the previous tutorial, it's evident that we need to specify our region of interest. Otherwise, the Earth engine will display those images for the whole world, which first of all most probably is not needed since you're only interested in your specific area or your region of interest. But more importantly, it takes some time to download world images. So it's important to clip your image or to clip the image to only display your region of interest. So we're going to continue with where we left off. Remember again, we can either access the code editor using the platform button or platform tab, or we can access it via our dataset options. In our case, let's go with the code editor. Remember, I've saved the previous script, so I can just open it using the code editor. Once the code editor has loaded, I'm going to just bring this a little bit down, increase the window size. I'm going to look for and search for that script. Remember, it was called tutorial 5 or tutorial 4. I found it, so I just double click on the left double click, and there it brings up my script. So remember again, in our last video, we've created 3 images. One image, which we called the pre-COVID image, which was the period January 19 to June 2019. We've created a second image, which was COVID, during the COVID pandemic, which was from 1st January 21 to June 2021. And then we've created also a third image, which was our post-COVID period, which is January 2023 to June 2023. Remember again, you can alter these dates, you can add more images. That's totally up to your discretion. Remember, within each of these time periods, there's most probably multiple images because we're working with the image collection, and therefore we have to specify a statistic to generate one image from all those images contained during that period or for that specific period. And the 3 most prominent statistics are mean, sum, and median. But remember from the previous video, I prefer to use the median statistic rather than the sum or the mean. But that's up to your discretion. Remember again, our map center, you can change that so that the location of the map is centered around your region of interest. And remember, there's our zoom factor. And I'm going to change it to 5 for this time. Okay, so, and then remember our visualization parameters. Again, it indicates from the minimum value to the maximum value and the color scheme that you're going to include. Again, you can change this color scheme, add more colors, decrease the colors. That again is up to your discretion. So what is important now is I want to clip these images or these 3 images. I want to clip to only display my region of interest. I'm not interested in what happens in the United States or what happens in North Africa or in Europe or Russia. I'm not interested in that. What I'm interested in is my region of interest. What has happened with the CO2 levels in the atmosphere pre-COVID, during COVID, and post-COVID for my region of interest. And so I have to use a clipping tool. First of all, you have to import your region of interest. And this is what I've done here. I've imported my region of interest. My region of interest is called West Coast Vector. West Coast is because it's the west coast of South Africa, and vector simply because it is a shapefile. Okay. In QGIS, the region of interest has this shape and have this format, and I have used my QGIS to save this um, region of interest file in uh, my folders, and that and so in terms of loading this or importing this region of interest shapefile or the shapefile into my um, Earth Engine, I first of all go to Assets. So I press on the Assets, and then you'll see there's a new button there. So I'll click on the new button. If it's already included, you simply just search for it and you double click on it. If that region of interest or that shapefile is already included there, you just go and you search for it and you enter it using either double click or using the little arrow. In my case, or let's say you haven't yet have it imported it into the Earth Engine, you simply click on New, and my region of interest is in the form of a shapefile. So I double click on the shapefile, and here I'm going to give it a name. Let's say region of interest. Okay, so let's go and say the tutorial 4 region of interest. So that's a name that I have in my region of interest. Okay, now it says select. So here I need to select the shapefile with, remember important, with all its components, not just the SHP file, all its related files. Okay, so I click on that and then I search for the specific file that I'm looking for. So I'm going to go to my folder. My folder is West Coast, and I'm going to go down, and I know here is the files located. Remember, not just the SHP file, but all of the corresponding files you have to include. So you highlight the 4 files, you press open, you'll see the 4 files are located here. You've given it a name, the rest you can leave out, and here at the bottom it says upload, and you simply press upload. And now you have to give the engine some time while it's uploading that specific shapefile. And you see, if you open the task window, there is it located. In the task window, it says that at the moment it's trying to import that specific shapefile, and it's called tutorial 4 region of interest. There's a little thingamajig that says it's importing. Now you just have to wait until that file has been imported. Um, Once this thing has stopped turning, you basically will just refresh it using that sign. So you refresh your assets, and hopefully it should be loaded. I'm a little bit early here, but if we give it enough time, um, it should be loaded here. Let's see if it's been loaded. Yes, it's actually been loaded. So there it sits. Now to inspect it, I can press on this little share button, and a window will, not that, um, a little, I can click on it and it will open itself up. It will enter itself. Okay, so in my case, let's just delete it again. If I click on it, left click on it, it will open a window, and there will be a whole lot of information or content related to my image. There you can see the shape of it, if there's features, etc. You can either use this import function, click on this import function, or you can simply just click on that little arrow and it will add it in. Okay, I'm going to just delete this one. Then I'm going to call it table. Now you can again call it whatever you want to call it. You can call it uh, region of interest. It doesn't matter. Okay. In my case, I'll just leave it as table. And the reason why I'm leaving it as table, because I've already referenced it in all my other cases as table. But you can change it. Then I've added a piece of code text, which is add this table into my layers. I want to have a look and see what this region of interest looks like. Okay, and it the color that it will display is blue, and I'm going to give it a name, and I'm going to say it's region of interest. Now here's my map center. Again, I have a map center here, so I'm just going to cut that map center, and I'm gonna replace that map center. So it's going to be centered within that coordinates with 5. Now, this is, remember, your um, semicolon to close a piece of code, or to close text to end text, you add a semicolon. Now, this is where you include the clipping function. This is a standard clipping function in Google Earth. So you're basically telling the Earth engine to clip all images, i.e. there, images, to clip all images based on your table. Remember, if you change it there, so let's say to region of interest, it's important that you change it also there to region of interest. So basically, you're instructing the engine that all images must be clipped around your region of interest, and that's what you're going to use and you call it clip to column. And again, you can change that again. You can say clip, but remember, if you change that variable, the region of clipped region of interest to clip, then you must have changed it in all of your other references as well. Let's leave it there as is. Clip to column, clip to region, etc. Now you've instructed the Earth engine or the code editor to clip all your images. Now you have to say which images needs to be clipped, because it won't automatically assume which images to clip. So now you have to tell the Earth engine which images to clip, and you simply just, after the unique identifier, you basically just enter dot map, and then in brackets the name of the clip, your name of your image clip, which in this case is clip to column, which is that value there. Remember, if I change it there, I have to change it all over the place. Okay, so I'm just basically saying this image, clip it, first clip it, then I'm working with the band, and then filter it. So now you're going to get a clipped image for that specific period um, uh, on the band of CO, and it's going to be called collection pre. And again, you can change that. Okay, so now what I've done is I've clipped my images so that it only displays for my specific region of interest. Okay, so there's 3 images that I'm going to generate, and 3 images for that specific time period, which will be clipped for my region of interest. It will be visualized via those colors, and I'm not going to work with the first image in each period. I'm actually going to generate a single image for each period based on 3 different statistics, which is a mean, sum, and median. And there's the names I'm going to give to each one. Oops, that must be sum, and that must be median. Okay, and now I'm happy with my code, and I'm going to press run. You'll see it will center around my region of interest. I'm going to zoom off 5, so it will zoom out. On the layer panel, there's all the different layers, including my region of interest. Now I've done it already, so let's forward to this image. You can see there is my images, the 3 images. I've clipped them for my region of interest, the color scheme, and I've calculated separate images for each of the 3 periods based on the mean, sum, and median statistic, and there's the names. They're all located in my layers column. So if I uncheck the actual layers, I get to my um, region of interest. Here it's called DEM, but yeah, that's my region of interest within this um, code. I'll just, yeah. So there's my region of interest. You'll see it covers this specific area within the West Coast. So that image there is generated by that code there. I can change the color, and remember, I can change the name here as well. I can change the color. Let's say I want to go green. I can do that. I can change the map center, and I can change the zoom level. And then remember, I've got my clip function. Okay, so now let's see my COVID pre. You can see the image has now been clipped to only cover my specific region of interest. It doesn't cover anything else except my region of interest. So now obviously it's much better to visualize um, the attributes than if you just display it for the whole world. So let's have a look again. I've got the pre-mean. Let's have the pre-sum. You can see the pre-sum is the red, and we have the post um, um, post there it is, sorry, post mean, and we have the COVID mean. Okay, so there you can see there's the post mean. Well, let's say the pre-mean, the COVID mean, and the post-mean. You can see if you take it out, you can see there's different, for sure, differences between the CO levels, um, pre, during, and post. But let's also, if you look at the sum, there's no difference because they're all red because they have summed the number of values, so it's extremely high values. So there's the pre, median, COVID median, and post median. You can again see quite a lot of differences between the images. So if we, for example, take the pre-median and the pre-mean, you'll see again some differences. So if I highlight them all again, and I go to the inspector, I click on a specific area, it should now start displaying all the statistics related to that specific area that I've identified. So if we look, the pre-mean 0.0215, the COVID mean 0.01523, a little bit higher. Look at the post mean 0.0193, much less. If we look at the median number, the pre-medium 0.216, and then the post median 0.1876. If we look at the post 0.193, again the median values is much less than the mean values. And if you look at the post some yeah, so the median values are again, there's a COVID 0.21. If you look at the pre-median 0.21, so it indicates again that if you use the median, then the values are less than if you use the mean values. So that's just relating to the clipping function. Importantly, you want to upload your table. You want to upload your table or your region of interest, and it is in a form of a shapefile. You use your asset function and you use the new, and it will upload. Then I normally display my region of interest, and I add that region of interest as an image to my layer, and I center my image around, or I center my map around that region of interest. Then I have a clipping function, which I will generate clip functions or images just for my region of interest. And I simply use the specific tool. And then I display it in 3 different statistics, being the mean, the sum, and the median. You click run, and all of your images will be displayed on your map. And again, you can switch between the images, you can compare the images, you can generate the statistics for specific areas with the image, etc., etc. So now that we have generated our clipped images for the different statistics, um, one would like to export these images so that you can use it, for example, in your QGIS program, etc., etc. So that will be the purpose of the next tutorial, is to look at the export function. I hope and trust you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe and to share. And feel free to leave me a comment. I'll happily engage in with yourself, and I happily will forward you the codes if you actually need the code. Thank you very much.